I am unable to distinguish anything usable among this clutter. Apology, I am unable to find anything interesting about this bed.
Don't know whether this is Pavel's locker, but let's see. 9, 7, 8, 1, 2, 5. Okay, that's not his locker, but I see another data pad. There's another locker down here.
The locker has been forced open. Anyways, I cannot find anything important inside. Another opened empty locker. I would suggest examining the ones that are still closed.
Look, he hid his ID card in there.
You have very good eyes, Rachel.
The ventilation system once provided fresh air to the whole station. Apology, I am unable to find anything interesting. Just an empty storage crate. This closed door leads to the women's dormitory. The ID card lock is broken and can't be fixed. Judging by the burn marks, it has been repeatedly shot with a laser gun.
Well, we saw one person who had died with a laser gun in front of their feet. I just wonder why he had to shoot at the lock. Because at that point, all the women must have been dead.
There is nothing interesting inside. Observation. The storage space opening mechanism is malfunctioning. There's no way to open it. The reinforced door is closed.
I've kind of forgotten what was to be done next. We do have Pavel's card now. Oh, right. But that won't help us. Ah, yes, of course. Remember that we... Yeah, okay, this is the same message as Alexander had it. And that's the conversation we already had, just from the other side. So yeah, Scott White. That was one hell of a fight. Yeah, you're quite good. Still don't understand how you got away from that level. I am just that special. Let's have a rematch. What the hell? Bart destroyed the hovercraft? Yeah, we need to find out what's going on. Can't you somehow find his datapad password? I guess we could learn a lot there. I tried to spy on him. I got as far as seeing that he starts by entering his full name and then adds some long number. Try harder. We do know that his full name is Barth Krylov. Which I'm writing down on my pad now. Barth Krylov says, it looks like... Oh, well, no, Pavel says it. It looks like a poison. Any evidence of thallium in anything we have here? Thallium is a radioactive metal as far as I remember. Nope, I don't think so. But the symptoms are all over the place. Lee and her hair, abdominal pains, everything. So it sounds like Pavel at least recognized radiation sickness. Yeah, or it's some super secret alien virus. Oh, shut up. Seriously, I have a bad feeling about this. We'll see. Let's just stay put. The last thing I want to have around here is some bloody hysteria. Yeah, that would be a real help. Not. And Cynthia talking to him. Hey, wanna meet tonight? What's up? Just thought you could help me with something. Sorry, I'm a bit busy. Maybe another time? Busy? In here? One of us actually has to do something. There was something she wanted to talk about, but we don't know yet what it was. Some more photos of the planet and rock samples. Seriously, they look all the same to me. Wait, I have to check something again. And a number. Oh, we don't know the number yet that Barth Krylov adds to his password. Still, what was it that we need to do next? Other evidence. Okay, I stand corrected. I never noticed this during my first playthrough, that you actually do have this stuff written down. Why is the chair still highlighted?
Apart from the dust, there's nothing significant. This screen contains information about the station's decontamination module.
Did I miss something? Doesn't look like it. Trying to remember what it was. The only place where we're stuck right now is certain datapads that we can't access yet. We have this one, but there was no hint as towards it. Right. The Xander 756 hit. Right. Sorry, it's quite late as I'm recording this. Now, where is Alexander's datapad? Xander 756.
That's strange. The password should work.
Oh, right.
Maybe I need to look around for more clues.
He changed it by one increment. Xander 757. And there we are. So what did Alexander write down? Our first Xenophon briefing. I'm so tired, but at least this planet looks quite uneventful. Andrew told us to write our dailies, and I welcome the task, because frankly, what else is there to do? I feel a strange tension among the crew, as if some unresolved conflicts hang in the air. But I think it's just because we are all so tired and I have lost so many friends. But I would never change anything in my life. I'd rather die on this weird lifeless planet than return to Earth. Since... for some reason he just stopped writing there. What a morning. There's something wrong with Pavel, but he won't share. Once again I had to wake him up because he was screaming as if in extreme pain. He always tells me that it's just a bad dream, but I don't remember him ever having such dreams before the landing on Ambrosia. Something must have happened down there, but nobody will ever talk about it. Not even about what happened to Necrosis Thanatos. But maybe someone who always said he loved cats and hated people didn't get much team support in a bad situation. It's another name that pops up in the credits. Guess only the developers know who everybody really is. We are getting sick. I kept throwing up today and I can tell I am not alone. Either we've eaten something bad or there's something in the air. I was not able to do anything. Not that there's anything to do here anyway. Li Jiang caught something much worse than the rest of us. Her hair started to fall out in patches and it's a terrible sight. I just hope she will recover soon. I'm not feeling well, but I'm trying to hide it as best as possible. Li Jiang is dead. Have I cursed this last planet by saying that I'd rather die here than go back to Earth? My body is slowly giving up on me and I don't think I will last much longer. Today I spent countless hours with Barth trying to restore communication with J.U.L.I.A. It looks as if someone sabotaged the data channels. Is there a hidden traitor among us? We don't want to alarm the crew just now. But unless we fix our orbital communications, we are pretty much stuck here. Yeah, there we have the problems with J.U.L.I.A again. Which is all very odd. What a horrible day. I got the same shit as Lee and my hair is now falling out like hell. Will I die as well? I was unable to do anything but sleep today. I feel so weak. Barth told me he changed the laboratory code to 014563 because they don't trust Cynthia. Why Cynthia? She would never kill anyone. I don't have much energy left, but I like to tell those idiots how gentle she is. Anyway, there's nothing I can do. I feel that I'm not going to last much longer. Maybe this planet grants us a wish and my wish was to die here. I can start counting the days of how long I'd survive. It looks like it didn't survive much longer. Okay, I'm still writing this down. Lab password. Which is 014563. So, off to the lab. Zero, 1, 4, 5, 6, 3.
The waste disposal unit is still sealed.
The laboratory is one more thing the crew failed to use properly.
It's not like they had a lot of time to get homely there.
What is this device?
Observation. It looks like a makeshift device. It was probably constructed from other devices.
Can you be more specific?
It looks like a Geiger counter. The parts came from the demolished hovercraft we saw outside.
That's pretty ingenious.
Commentary. Why would they need to measure radiation when the central computer was equipped with sophisticated radiation detectors? Even my sensors detected radiation right away.
Perhaps they broke.
Indeed.
This container holds various research samples.
So likely just stones from what we saw in the photos.
The glove box was meant for handling unsafe materials. It was never used.
Ironically, inside the glove box it must have been safer than outside. Okay, we know that it's his name plus a number, but we don't know the number yet.
Those simple digital scrap pads are used to write notes.
Wait a minute, there is a custom nano SD card inserted.
Let's remove and analyze it before we try to use it. Who knows what might be stored there?
Can't do a lot with Cynthia Cleveland's password, well, without it. So let's analyze what we found. The sample contains traces of dried human blood. That's of course the sample we found at the entrance. After 60 years of laying outside the hermetically sealed station, this blood is too degraded to analyze. I would think so, with all the radiation as well. Data analysis. Splatter vector analysis suggests that the blood came from an outside source and not from a person wearing this cloth sample. Okay, whoever did they shoot? Could be Barth Krylov's clothes when he helped to get rid of Cynthia. Biological analysis. The laser gun grip is covered with fingerprints. Correlation of these prints with the internal database reveals a prevailing match with Andrew Locke. Traces of Scott White's fingerprints can be detected as well. How do his fingerprints get on the gun? The laser gun indicates that the weapon has been fired exactly 9 times. Well, we do know several times at the women's dormitory door, and, well, at least one time at Pavel. Not quite sure who all the rest are. Well, Cynthia, of course. Body sample from Andrew Locke. The skull is badly fractured. Cause of death, laser gunshot to the head. Heavily mutated human viri, how do you pronounce this? Viri are present in the body, probably caused by long exposure to high radiation levels. A DNA data comparison identification reveals a match with Andrew Locke. Well, it was likely because his ID card was lying next to him. And that's Pavel's corpse. The sample analysis reveals his skull was fractured by a strong blast. Suggested cause of death is a laser gunshot to the head from point-blank range. The photographic analysis reveals an estimated 98.3% probability that he was shot while sleeping. A DNA data comparison identification reveals a match with Pavel Chernohus. Sorry, I really have no idea how to pronounce this name. The nano SD card from Cynthia's datapad. Correlation with the internal fingerprint database reveals a match with Barth Krylov. Traces of Andrew Locke's fingerprints can be detected as well. So, these two people had something to do with inserting it into Cynthia's datapad, which is likely because they suspected her of poisoning the crew.
This is perfect. Now I can try breaking into weakly protected datapads.
The nano SD card contains the executable file of a program designed for password analysis. After setting the datapad into maintenance mode, This program will isolate which letters are part of the target password. Due to the limits of this program, it won't work on datapads with strong protection. This makes our life a lot easier because we can now break into pretty much any datapad, at least until we find a strongly protected one. So let's try. And insert it. What is Cynthia's password? Try again. So, Cynthia Cleveland, what did she write down? Here we are, the last and least interesting planet in this solar system. It's not that we are successful. This entire expedition has been nothing but one big continual screw-up. There's nothing to do here, yet we've been ordered to keep up with our daily logs. Yeah, right. Gosh, I feel terrible. My head hurts and I'm all red. It looks like there's something in the air. I try to tell this to Locke, but he doesn't care. What a dumbass. Lee feels even worse than I do. I tried to help and gave her some of my pills, but it didn't do any good. I wish I could do more for her. What bullshit! I'm not supposed to look into Lee's condition? What's going on here? I have a feeling that Locke is losing his mind. Is it because he never got over his failure at Ambrosia? I'm so happy he never let me descend with them. Anyway, he's really acting weird. I may be paranoid, but he seems to know more than he's telling us, and he knows something about Lee. I'm going to investigate this on my own. That must have been quite the hostile climate with everybody suspecting everybody else. When it was the radiation all along. Lee is getting worse and neither Locke or Barth seem bothered by that. I can understand that brainwashed jerk not caring, but Barth? I've always respected him as a serious scientist. I need to get more evidence about what's going on. If only I could get my hands on Lark's ID card. I might try convincing Barth or Scott to give me a hand there. If I ever hope to blow the whistle on Lark's Ambrosia operation, I need more evidence anyway. I wish I had access to their dorm. Something must have seriously gone wrong on Ambrosia. We just don't know what. Lee has died. I can't believe it. It happened so fast, and yet I have a feeling that Locke is somehow involved. I've seen the look on his face as he was staring at me, and I'm now absolutely sure that he did something to her. Everyone is feeling really terrible, and I suspect that something like thallium has been added to our food. I was able to persuade Scott to lend me his card, at a price. Not that my boyfriend Dmitri Natishak would have cared. As soon as I got this mission assignment, he took off for Japan to join some cult, the Knights of the Old Republic. Whatever, my time with Scott paid off nicely.
Now this is interesting. Cynthia has hidden a camera in the men's sleeping room ventilation system to spy on Andrew.
I was able to sneak into the men's dorm, but I didn't have time to break into Locke's locker. I've installed a camera in the ventilation system, and with a little bit of luck, I might get his passcode. I just need to wait. And we're gonna go and check that out as soon as we have read her logs. Crap, Lark has publicly accused me of poisoning the crew. What is that idiot thinking? He thinks that shifting the blame to me will cover his ass? Not bloody likely. I ran away so they wouldn't see my tears. I'm so weak, I just wish I could punch him right in his face. Alex died, and if I'm not mistaken, Barth is involved in his death as well. To think that I wanted to get him on my side, they planned to meet outside later this evening. I need to sneak out there and find out what this charade is all about. We are dying in here, and nobody seems to care. I wish I wasn't so helpless. We know how this ended for Cynthia. Not too well. Yeah, but on the other hand, she wouldn't have survived anyway. Nothing new this way. We already checked all those ID cards.
Commentary. I don't know where this part comes from, but I don't think it will be useful to find out.
We already know that it's his own name. And a number. Okay, Barth Krylov, what do you say? Now, this is interesting. Originally, Xenophon was our main target, yet it's entirely devoid of any life. Does it mean we landed at the wrong place, or did J.U.L.I.A make another one of her infamous mistakes? From the very beginning, I was warning everyone about the premature total reliance on untested, sophisticated technology, and it would seem that I was correct in my assumptions. There is a possibility that some miscalculation made by Chandra led us towards Ambrosia, but there's no way those things could have sent out any signal. Either way, we caught it, and it led us here, so let's explore. So they came because of some signal that they got from Xenophon, which is odd since we learned that there had been some disaster way before they arrived. Today, our crew encountered mild nausea. Nothing worth caring about, as there are more pressing matters. There is something wrong with this planet. I was conducting a spectral analysis of our surroundings, and the data simply doesn't add up. I am considering the idea that this place was once actually bustling with life, but what happened? I'm growing very curious. It would have been nice research if I hadn't run into that Cynthia Cleveland creature again. Gosh, she's getting on my nerves. How could someone as stupid as her even make it into our crew? Arrogant much, huh? What the hell? Our data channels are dead. Andy decided to keep this information to ourselves for some reason. Well, he's the boss here. For now, we've simply said that the communication with J.U.L.I.A is ongoing and nothing extraordinary has been found. It gets me worried, though. If we never recover our data channels, we're stuck on this planet. So Cynthia was actually right when she said that Lark is hiding something, just not something that had to do with them dying. I'll try to look into the communication issue myself to make sure that there is no sabotage. One suspect immediately jumps to mind. I'm still not sure what is jamming our communication. I've run every single test available but still can't isolate the problem. I might ask Alex to look into this with me. It should be his job anyway, and I'm not that big of an expert on such things. Also, what originally seemed like ordinary nausea now appears more serious than we thought. Jang looks as if she'd been poisoned by thallium. Our planetary data check ruled out radiation poisoning, which would have very similar symptoms. I'm convinced this is an inside job, and my instincts point me to only one person. Could she be jealous of Li Jing? Is that it? I better keep a close watch on her. Li Jing died today. Her illness progressed so rapidly, I'm convinced she had to be poisoned. I wish I could verify that with J.U.L.I.A's internal laboratory, but the damned data stream is silent. We can't even get back into orbit. I called Alex to help me out with the data channels problem. But even after triple-checking every single thing, we couldn't discover what's jamming the communication lines. The cause must be here in the station, because we were able to verify data is traveling to and from the probe. We just can't access it. In my opinion, somebody messed with the decryption unit. But how? I feel terrible. Have I been poisoned as well? If this is true, I have only 3 days to find out the cause of the poisoning and obtain an antidote. Not a very nice outlook. And that hag is always snooping around. I must warn Andy. He will know how to deal with her. I'm sure of that. I've seen before that he's incredibly good at those kind of things, and I still have my doubts about what happened at Zenobia. She might be behind it. Yeah, looks like they messed up at another planet as well. Ambrosia and Zenobia. I got an order from Andy to create a special little maintenance program, something which could help us break datapad passwords. He knows how much I love cryptography, so he didn't have to ask twice. I need to keep my work secret. As long as she feels her datapad is safe, we might be able to find important clues in there. We've decided to play a little game with Ms. Cleveland. Andy blamed her for poisoning our crew and told her that he has proof in his locker. If she doesn't explain herself, she will have to deal with the consequences. I understand what he's after. If she panics, she might reveal something which would shed light into this poisoning. Also, my work on this little maintenance program progresses nicely. I need to try it soon on her datapad. Alex died today. I met Andy and we decided to deal with Cynthia tonight. Even if she hasn't made any obvious mistake, we can't allow this to continue. She was caught snooping around the station again, and just the thought of her gives me the shakes. We'll end it tonight and inform the crew in the morning. She made it so simple for us. She followed us to the back of the station and tried to eavesdrop. It was easier than I thought. Now we can back to real work. I messed up my first attempt and wiped some data from her datapad. I should have tested it first, but I was too excited to finally break in. I am positive that the answer to our poisoning lies there. I feel I don't have much time left. Well, seeing how many pages there are, he must have been one of the people who survived the longest. What the hell? Either she faked it really well, or we've made a horrible mistake. I've broken the datapad and she actually suspected Andy to be the poisoner. I need to think now. I have a crazy idea about what could be the root cause of our problems. There is no way now that we will ever be able to return to the probe, so I think I'll borrow some of her hovercraft pods for my handmade Geiger counter. I wish I could show this to my friend, Donald Annex von Bixler. He'd scoff at my steampunk device, since he only believes in digital. Maybe so, but we're in desperation mode now. That's another of the names from the credits. The device is almost done. I hope I'll wake up tomorrow so I can use it. Andy also knows his time will come soon. He told me his datapad password is AN9768221K in case he doesn't survive. If he goes first, he wants me to take over this expedition, but I don't think I will survive past tomorrow. Just writing this down. AN9768221K. I will die soon. Based upon my device findings and some additional calculation, the radiation level is 11... Oh man, I looked this up once. G.U.L.I.A, what the full form is, I don't remember though. It's too much for anyone to handle. I should have known this earlier. We have failed. I think that was it. The lab.